My wife and I are victims of massive fraud by the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, staff, lawyers, receivers and others. We signed a contract to pay 5 to 6% interest, but in fact it appears we were paying over 100% interest. What we didn't know is when you sign a contract with the Commonwealth Bank, the bank staff just break any law they like and commit any crime without fear of prosecution. Give you an instance, we have documents which read, applied troublesome interest, no advice to Riggs, don't send bank statements. Of course the Riggs are not to be told, and that was up to 25.5% extra. Then shadow ledgers, the bank added on over $500,000 and up to 25.5% interest. And also 2 barristers did calculations and we were paying about 50% interest on the loan that we were to pay 5 to 6% interest. With the support of Austrade, Lysarts, BHP and others, we had inquiries in companies in 33 countries, and today would have been a major employer, exporter and joint venture. Everything is gone because of corrupt practices by the Commonwealth Bank staff. On the website on bankvictims.com.au, our case is there, please read it. On the yellow column, there's over 100 sets of documents, including those I've mentioned, and one in particular I have is from the fraud squad. It says, this is the 4th time you've written to us, and if you write again, we won't reply, as the fraud squad has not got the criteria to investigate. Can anyone tell me who has got the criteria to investigate? We have been to ASIC, ICAC, ACCC, APRA, State Police, Federal Police, National Crime Authority, politicians from Prime Ministers down, Attorney Generals, and all turn a blind eye. In fact, the lady from ASIC phoned me and said our case will open a Pandora's box. And we received a letter from ASIC telling us words to the effect, bugger off. And that letter, with many others, is on that yellow column. And please read a document which is entitled, It's Not a Crime, which is our summary of argument to the High Court. And most of 1 to 38 carry a prison sentence. And also read our appeal to the Federal Court, where I have named some of the QCs that represented the Commonwealth Bank against us. Then some of those QCs are appointed as judges and still work for the bank. Now what hope have we got? In fact, anyone that goes to court against a bank have little or no hope. And I just hope all the groups across Australia can join together, because we were totally destroyed by fraud. I have a letter from the Reserve Bank Secretary saying, we understand the CEO of the Commonwealth Bank has taken a personal interest in your case. And after that, we were evicted from our home and bankrupted, all on false evidence. And the Commonwealth Bank manager had me arrested and charged with a crime I did not commit. I proved in court that the police officer that arrested me perjured himself. He changed his story under oath. But I was found guilty by the magistrate. On appeal, the DPP dismissed the charge, and the documents are on that list. And the document reads, the Crown offers no evidence. And I won my appeal without my appeal being heard. And this is an absolute disgrace. The whole of the Shoalhaven, the Nara district, would have benefited from wages coming in, would have brought millions of dollars into the local area. And the Shoalhaven City Council assisted the bank with the theft of our home. It's all in evidence. And the bank sold our properties to their mates by insider trading. And the properties are South Nara Building World, 158, 160 Princess Highway in South Nara, and our home is number 2 Riverview Road, Nara. Both sold by insider trading because the receiver ran the properties down and sold it at far less than what it was worth. And if you look at the evidence, we were never in default. But how can you win when we're fighting banks who have total control. And the Foreign Borrowers Association gave evidence to the Martin Banking inquiry. They said they've done a survey on judges and found that any judge that handed down a judgment against a bank did not sit on another bank case. They have their own police, and the police do their dirty work for the banks, and that's all in evidence. You've read it. The document is on the, in fact, it is in Hansard. And my first evidence was to the Martin Banking inquiry. It's the House of Reps and 334 pages of evidence, and it covers 3 cases, the Rigg, Taylor and Batiste case, all massive fraud against the 3 companies and the 3 families. I think that's enough, and next time I will explain creation of credit, the next video. Thank you, and please spread this around and send it viral.